Hello everyone and welcome to Friday. Just got out of the hotel a little bit later than I would have liked, but not too bad. We had to completely rearrange the car because it's a small car and there's a lot of stuff, which is unfortunate. Fortunately, when we were at Level Up Gaming, the store owner actually gave us a huge, very, very nice bag, and we've been storing all the games in it, so we're probably going to fill that up probably today. Anyway, so we are still in Nashua. Where are we going? Do you know?
Just south of here.
So pretty close?
Bazaar Gaming?
Bazaar Game Trading?
Something like that.
And then from there on to Core Gaming. So we got 2 places to hit. We're going to try and hit those and then probably worry about lunch after. We should probably leave the Marriott parking lot. So that was a really great store. Getting a chance to talk to the owner and his wife was super awesome. I'll get to that in a second. But the store itself was really good, not only because of the selection, which was good. There was a wide variety of stuff in there, but also the layout of the store itself. The fact that they had all of these amazing old school Nintendo Power posters just littering the walls. It was really beautiful and nostalgic. And it was very, I don't know what the correct word for it is, homey. It was nice. But we did get a chance to talk to the owner for quite a while, because I'm wearing my Earthbound shirt today, and he had asked where I got it, and I was like, I couldn't remember at the time. I thought, this actually isn't the one that I got from Starman, but I thought maybe it was. I said, I think I got it for being on the staff at Starman. He knew what Starman was. He had been on Starman back in the day, so we got to chatting. Had a really great conversation. It was just great. It was a really, really, really good conversation. But also, we got stuff. We got all sorts of stuff. Because not only are we trying to work on the GameCube games, which we picked up probably about 10 or so in there, but they had a huge stack of N64 manuals. And as you guys know, we finished collecting all the carts last year. But I would really like to get a hold of the manuals, so when I'm finding these loose N64 manuals, I'm checking them against our list to see if there's anything we don't already have, and picking it up, because I would really ultimately like to get a hold of all of those. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, so now we're moving on to our next location, which is Core Gaming, and Core Gaming might be the most. Now, I think I'd say like the most talked about store. There were probably more comments and more people in person, like at the meetup at PAX, talking about Core Gaming than I think any other store. So there's high expectations. So we're going to go to Core Gaming and see what it's like and see what we can find. So core gaming was really great. Huge variety of stuff in there. Just the sheer amount of games in there was crazy. They also had an entire display on Shaquille O'Neal. I talked to the store owner, and he said that it originally started as a joke. The first copy of Shaq Fu that was traded in, they put on display. And then every other copy of Shaq Fu that was traded in, they continued to put on display until finally customers were just bringing them random Shaquille O'Neal merchandise. It's just really funny. So they had an entire section devoted to Shaquille O'Neal, in addition to having all sorts of great games in there. Picked up a bunch of stuff. In addition to picking up GameCube stuff, I got even more N64 manuals, because that's now become a thing. And Mal finally got the copy of Guitar Man that she's been after. Because Mal has wanted a copy of Guitar Man for a long time, and we found it in there. Almost bought one in New York, but they couldn't find it. It was in their computer. They're like, we have it here, but they couldn't find it in the store. But this one had it, and we got it. So it's later than we thought it would be originally. It's 3:30, and we're in Salem, New Hampshire. So what we're going to do is we're going to head towards the other Salem, Massachusetts. There's a store over there. Maybe go back down through Boston, which is going to be crazy sauce, but I think we're going to give it a shot. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And we got Guitar Man. Now,
I know.
We'll find Top Shop.
Yeah, I know we'll find
We're
Top
going to find Top Shop on
I
this
don't
trip.
think we'll find Rule Rose.
Not for cheap, no.
Carly's Top Shop does not have a manual in the jewel case, so it doesn't have a cover.
Oh, she has it?
Her friend had it, and they always played it. And then when she was down here, she was like, oh, I really loved this game my friend had. And then her friend gave it to her like 2 weeks ago.
Alrighty. God, there we go, before I hit by a car. Alright, so, from one Salem to another, Salem, Massachusetts. Got a chance to go to Game Zone. Definitely a smaller shop because we're in the city. Real estate is much more expensive. But they managed to cram a lot in there. They had a pretty good variety of stuff, and they actually had a section where it's buy one get one half off on some of the more common GameCube games, and that's what I'm after. So we picked up a few things in there as well. Now what?
Next door.
Huh?
Next door.
Okay, let's keep going. Alright, so I just finished at Patriot Games. So I try and get it here in the car. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Very, very small shop. I was super impressed because the prices were so good. As a general rule, closer you get to the city, the more expensive everything becomes, including retro games. The prices were not city-priced retro games. It was really, really impressive. And the guy in there was super nice. We chatted a little bit about a few different things. Picked up some GameCube stuff, and then I asked if he had any N64 manuals. He said he would check in the back. He came out with a big stack. I went through them. There was some we didn't have. And I also picked up, you may see there, that's the PlayStation Underground discs. Mm-hmm. So a long time ago, Sony, I think it was associated with Sony, Sony had their own magazine, PlayStation Magazine, and you had to be like a subscriber to get these demo discs, which is such a weird concept in 2018, but it just was really, really neat. And that's number 2 and number 4, and I thought that was really cool, so I picked those up as well. Yeah, super nice. Offers a 10% discount for first time in the store. So he gave us 10% off everything too, which was really kind. All right, so now it's 6, and the next store closes at 7. Mm-hmm. We are hitting up so many stores. Oh my god, it has been a long day. I do not know where we are. Once I get to my room, I'll figure it out. Mal knows I don't. Beautiful view of a roof. We're overlooking the front, Mal.
Yep.
Well, let's see, you can see the car from here. Where are we? Because I actually did not know where we were. Milford? Milford. Massachusetts? Mm-hmm. Connecticut? I don't know where we are. Massachusetts. Yeah. Remember either yesterday or today when I was like, we're gonna try and make it to Albany? No. Everything took a little bit longer today than we thought. It took longer to visit the game stores and do all of those different things. And it's not a problem, but it did take a while. Man, we've been everywhere. We have been everywhere. And going through Boston was like a hold your breath type of situation where before we went in, me and Mal even talked, like, do we want to just skip Boston? You know, we were here, we didn't go to the game stores because we were busy with PAX. Do we want to try and travel around and see these stores? And we said, yeah, let's do it. So I didn't even film. We went into Ace's Games. I went into Ace's Games. I just kind of hopped in there real quick, and I also hopped into Replayed. Ace's Games, they're a really tiny shop. They sell a lot of stuff. Their retro stuff was a little high, but I also don't think that's their primary market, because they were selling everything in there. They sold new stuff, like you could buy new Switches in there. You could buy like baseball cards. They sold a little of everything. So I bought a copy of Meet the Robinsons. That was the only thing in there that they had that I didn't already have. Then we stopped into Replayed, but I walked in as they were closing. And the guys in there were super nice, but I made it in just in time, so I didn't want to say, oh, by the way, I know you guys are already closed and want to go home, but can I film? But that store was really, really nice. But the problem is, it's in Boston. Like, in the first few places we went inside of Boston, there was at least somewhat parking. It was nearly impossible, but we did it. But in the last two, Ace's Games and also Replayed, like, there was no parking. For Replayed, we had to park 2 blocks down in a Burger King, and Mal just waited in the car to make sure we didn't get towed, and I ran back right at 7 before they closed. So I gotta say, it was nice to see those stores, but I'm so glad we're out of Boston. Now we're in Milford. We'll make it to Albany tomorrow, and we are thankful to be in a place to just sit except for the fact that the hotel was full of children.
There's so many children. Oh my god.
There are so many children. When I walked in to check in, or whatever you check in, there were children playing hide and seek in the lobby. Like, there was children up at the counter, like, counting and, like, just running all throughout. And I was like, my first thought was, like, where are the parents? And then I looked over, I'm like, oh, there they are. Anyway, we're here. Our stuff is here. All the games that we got yesterday we just left in the trunk. The other games we have here, we're going to go through them and make sure they're in the list properly and everything, and also figure out what we got. But for now, it's 8:20. We're going to get something to eat. Mal, did you look at places that are in Milford, or
yeah?
What'd you find?
There's a Mexican restaurant that I hope is not as busy as our hotel.
You mean you hope it's not full of children?
Yeah.
Well, we can hope. This place is crazy. We're at a local Mexican place called Acapulco's, and it's extremely busy. Matt was telling me that apparently the Boston Marathon is like soon. She's doing Monday. Thank you. She's doing sign language on Monday, and apparently where we are in Milford is actually very close to the starting point. So a lot of people are in town, which might be why it's so busy, or maybe the restaurant's just really great. I don't know, but we got our food, and the food's really great, so that could possibly be it. I got a plate of enchiladas. Oh my god, the field of view is very narrow, and it is delicious. All sorts of different things. And is that a burrito? What is that? Oh, it's a chimichanga. I was actually looking, I thought you ordered a burrito. I thought I heard you talking about it. And I looked over and I was like, oh, it's deconstructed. But it's not. It's a chimichanga. Dinner was delicious, but after we ate, we had to run to Target because we have a bit of a problem. We went to a lot of game stores today. Let me show you what we bought just today. This is what we bought just today. This is not including the stuff that we bought yesterday. There are a lot of games here. Mostly Nintendo GameCube, since we're working on that. I actually picked up a ton of N64 manuals today, and a handful of PlayStation 1 games, and also this issue of Nintendo Power, because it has a big write-up about Earthbound. See if we can find it in here. Big write-up. I actually didn't have this issue, and what was cool was that in the back they got these cards for Donkey Kong Country, and they're still in there, so I was like, all right, sure, we'll pick that up. The issue that we've now run into is that we're running out of space in the car. Yeah, it's a small car. It's a Mazda 3, and we already had a ton of stuff otherwise because, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff here. I had to bring my outfit for Fallout, and I have a hard hat, and we have a bunch of other things. We had to bring a lot of clothes. So we're actually starting to run out of room, which is unexpected. So I went to Target and I bought some boxes. So I'm actually going to box up these things. We've added them to the list. They're all set. So I'm going to put them in a box so they take up the most space that they can, or the minimal space that they can. Keep them in the trunk, and then we'll be good to go. And the issue is right now they're in like bags, and they're kind of like lopsided, and I'm hoping that will help them fit better in the car. There's also a chance that we may just have to
mail me home.
Huh?
Mail me home.
Mail you home? Maybe. Or the games. Or just like kind of stop buying games on this trip. We've done really good about finding a lot of games that we didn't already have, which is good. I don't know how many games we've bought in the last 2 days, but it's probably almost 100. I'd say it's probably about 100. We've probably bought 100 Nintendo games, 100 GameCube games in the last 2 days. And like, that's good. We're doing good about finishing up the collection, but now our issue is car space, which I never even considered at all, but hopefully these boxes will help. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Albany tomorrow. We were hoping for today, did not happen, so Albany tomorrow. We got a few stores that we want to hit. And after we get to Albany, things kind of slowed down. There's been a lot of stuff up here in the New England area. But as we leave New York and head down, the game stores it's not that they're gone, but they're not so compacted as they are up here. So there'll be a little fewer and far between as we travel ultimately down to DC. So we're changing up our trip a little bit. We're doing a little bit less because we've done so much on the game side, but it's all right. We're still picking stuff up, and it's still a lot of fun. But can't believe we're running out of space in the car. It's wild. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?